Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the best phone to purchase in India in the month of July 2023. I've put together a list of devices that I think offer the best value for money and are really good for gaming. The first phone on my list is the Realme GT2. Now this phone is really special because it's powered by the Snapdragon 888 processor. As you know, this is a flagship processor and can easily, and I mean it, easily handle gaming without any hesitation. It also has a good cooling system, so you don't need to worry about heating. Now, in terms of heating, the device will mildly get a bit hot, but that happens with every phone. Talking about display, it has an AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. It also has a triple camera that consists of the 50 megapixel Sony IMX 799. Now, in terms of photos, this phone really doesn't disappoint in night and day shots. Talking about the price now, the Realme GT2 is currently priced at 23,999 in Flipkart. So you can get this phone easily for 24,000, and if you apply some offers you can get it for as low as 18,000. The next phone on my list is the iQOO Neo 6. This phone is powered by the Snapdragon 870 processor. As you know, this processor is a very well optimized processor which has minimum heating, nothing to worry about, great performance, can handle any gaming task easily and give you 60 FPS in almost every game there is. Talking about display, it's an AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. It has a triple camera system with 64 megapixel sensor. Again, the shots on day and night are really good, so camera is pretty good in the iQOO Neo 6. Well, this phone is priced at 24,999 and you can get it on Amazon or Flipkart. With offers, you can get it for below 24,999. The third phone on my list is the Realme GT Neo 3. Now this phone is the phone that I use and I find it pretty good, so I am pretty confident in suggesting this phone to others. This phone is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8100. Well, in terms of gaming, this processor is pretty good. It doesn't disappoint at all. It offers 60 FPS in almost all games. On top of that, it comes with a dedicated display chip by Pixelworks X5 series, which means that it can boost frame rates of games from 60 to 120 using frame rate interpolation. Well, Realme hasn't really utilized this option and only supports frame boost in Bgmi. So in the game Bgmi, you will get a FPS of up to 120. Talking about display, it's a 10-bit AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. It also has a triple system just like the GT2. It has a 50 megapixel Sony main sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor and a 2 megapixel macro sensor. In terms of camera, it does a decent job in day and night. The photos are not disappointing and you can really go for it. The Realme GT Neo 3 is currently priced at 24,999 on the realme.com store. You can head to the realme.com website or go to the Realme app on Play Store and install Realme Store, and you can get the Realme GT Neo 3 exclusively for 24,999 on the Realme's main website. The fourth phone on my list is the Poco F4. This phone is powered by the Snapdragon 870 processor and has a AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. It also has a triple camera with 64 megapixel as the main sensor, 8 megapixel as the ultra wide and 2 megapixel as the macro. In terms of camera, this phone is pretty average, nothing great. In terms of performance, the 870, as you know, doesn't disappoint and gives 60 FPS in almost all games. Now, talking about the brand Poco, I really do not encourage people going for Poco because their service center isn't up to the mark. But in terms of the performance, of the 870. It's pretty good. So if your budget is below 26,000 and you don't want to buy a Realme or a iQOO, you can go for the Poco. But my personal recommendation, purchase the Realme GT2. Now, let's talk about the price. The Poco F4 is currently priced at 25,999 on Amazon. Next, let's talk about the fifth phone on my list, and that is the OnePlus 7. This phone is powered by the Snapdragon 855 and it has a display of AMOLED, 90Hz refresh rate, and a dual camera system with 48 megapixel as a main sensor and a 5 megapixel secondary sensor. The OnePlus 7 is currently priced at 24,999 on Flipkart. Let's talk about the performance. The OnePlus 7 will not offer you a 60 FPS in all games, but it will offer you 50 FPS in all games. Now if your budget is tight and you want a OnePlus, you can go for the OnePlus 7. It will offer you in Bgmi smooth extreme, which means smooth graphics and 60 FPS, but the graphics can go all the way to HD, HDR, Ultra HD, but HD, HDR and Ultra HD will just give you ultra frames, which is 45 FPS. Though this phone is a bit old, still it's pretty good for today. The performance is still up to the mark and the device is quite smooth and buttery. There is no lag or any issues. So if your budget is below 25,000 and you want a OnePlus device, you can go for the OnePlus 7. Moving on to the next device. The sixth phone on my list is the Google Pixel 4. This phone is powered by Google Tensor processor. It's a OLED display with 90Hz refresh rate. It also has a dual camera with a 12.2 megapixel main sensor and a 12 megapixel secondary sensor. The Pixel 4 is currently priced at 17,999 on Amazon. Now, if you're looking for a good performance phone and a great camera phone and your budget is below 25,000, you can definitely pick the Google Pixel 4 because it will offer you Google unlimited storage, Google Photos unlimited storage. It will offer you a great camera and offer you a great performance because the Google Pixel 4 is powered by the Snapdragon 855. Now, the Indian variant comes with the Snapdragon 855 and you will get pretty good performance just like the OnePlus 7. Now, there are two variants of Google Pixel 4, the one with Tensor processor and one with Snapdragon 855. The Google Pixel 4 that is being sold on Amazon is powered by the Snapdragon 855. Moving on to the next device. The seventh phone on my list is the Pixel 3. The Google Pixel 3 is powered by Snapdragon 845 processor and it has a OLED display with 60Hz refresh rate. It also has a dual camera system with 12.2 megapixel and 12 megapixel secondary sensor. The Pixel 3 is currently priced at 18,999 on Amazon. Now I know the performance is powered by Snapdragon 845, which is pretty old, but do not worry, you will still get a buttery smooth experience on this device, including the Google unlimited photo storage. And in terms of gaming, you will get 50 to 60 FPS in almost all games. Talking about Bgmi, you will get smooth and extreme, which is smooth and 60 FPS, and HD, HDR and Ultra HD will provide you with ultra frames, that is 45 FPS. Now, let's talk about our final phone of the day. The eighth and final phone on my list is the Poco F1. This phone is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor and it has a 6.18-inch IPS LCD display with a 60Hz refresh rate, and it also has a dual camera array system with a 12 megapixel main sensor and a 5 megapixel secondary sensor. The Poco F1 is currently priced at 1399 in India, that is 11,400. You can buy this on Amazon. Now I know that this display is IPS LCD, but it's still pretty good. In terms of 11,400, you're getting a really great performance phone. Now, the Poco F1 has a really powerful processor, that's the Snapdragon 845, which will give you 60 FPS in Bgmi, pretty smooth gameplay. It will also give you a great camera. The photos are pretty good even today. And do not worry about the IPS LCD, as I have used it personally and it's pretty good. Now for 11,400, that's a really steal deal, and you should seriously consider all the list of devices I have suggested today. Now what is my personal preference? Well, I would personally prefer the Realme GT2. Why do you ask? It's because the Realme GT2 is a completely steal deal with a Snapdragon 888. You will get an ultimate performance with the Sony IMX 50 megapixel camera. You will get really crisp shots in day and night. In terms of software updates, the Realme GT2 will get 3 years of OS updates and 4 years of security updates. That means it's going to get Android 13, 14, 15. So the last update GT2 will get is Android 15. In terms of iQOO Neo 6, the last update it will receive is Android 13. In terms of the Realme GT Neo 3, the last update it will receive is Android 14. In terms of Poco F4, the last update it will receive is Android 14. The OnePlus 7, Google Pixel 4, Google Pixel 3 and the Poco F1 have already ended their updates. So the devices like Poco F1, Google Pixel 3, Google Pixel 4, OnePlus 7 will not be receiving any updates. So those are my picks for the best phones to purchase in India in the month of July 2023 in terms of gaming performance. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. If you're looking for more smartphone recommendations, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I release new videos every week and I always try to include the latest and greatest phones on the market. Thanks.